Hi, this is Shanker, and today I will discuss a very important conjunction, which is the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction at exactly the same degrees, which is going to happen on 21st of December. That is 20th, 21st of December, which is 21st of December, and that conjunction would remain till April. It should be there till about 6th of April, I believe. 5th or 6th of April 2021. That is when Jupiter shifts into Aquarius. It leaves the house of Capricorn. The conjunction will take place, Jupiter of Saturn in Capricorn, on the 21st of December. It leaves the sign in the month of April, 6th of April. And let us see what happens with this conjunction and which I will try to explain. I cannot explain each and everything, but some very important principles and the impact of this conjunction on individual as well as in the economy. Now, we've seen that the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction happened also between 30th of March to 30th June. I mean, that was a period when it happened approximately, and we all know what happened between 30th March and 30th June. There was a complete lockdown, there was pandemic, and there were issues of all kinds were there. So, but at that time, the conjunction did not, the degrees of the two planets was very high. I mean, they were not in the same orb. They were not at such a close conjunction as they're going to come on 21st of December. Now, one thing which I'm very clear which happens with this conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn is that Saturn is your karma. It gives you the effects of your good and bad karmas. And Jupiter is the map which shows that these are the things you can get. But you will get only this thing, which will depend upon your work, which will depend upon your prarabdha you were born. Let us understand. We can only do our actions. That is the only control we have. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that is the only control you have. You don't have any control over your death. You don't have any control of your birth. And you do not have any control of what you are born with, the prarabdha you are born with. So only thing you have control is on your actions, and to a great extent that is governed by Saturn. Both the things, that is what you are carrying from your past birth, or the energy you are carrying from the past this thing, and whatever work you do. Now, Jupiter is a planet of big thoughts, big things. It is wisdom, it is wise. When Jupiter and Saturn are together, and it causes a Neech Bhagna Raj Yoga also, because the depositor of Jupiter is Saturn and it is sitting in the same house. That is, you may go to the house if a very big person goes to the house of a small man, he's always welcomed. He will not try to kill him, he will not try to harm him. So that kind of a Raj Yoga is also there, which gives a very peculiar situation. And the situation is in this particular period, till about April, from December to April, and even before that, let's take December to April, about the 4 to 5 months, then there's again going to happen again at the end of 2021. The rich will become very rich. It is going to be a place where the rich will become richer. It will become a big problem for the poor and the middle class. They will go down. It's a downfall for them. So a section of a society which are already doing very well will absolutely gain more and much more. So that is one thing which is generic and which I feel would happen and is happening. If you look at the various indices, whether they're economic indices or they're financial indices. So this is one thing which is for sure going to happen. But also remember, Saturn is a planet which makes you to work. It is planet of structure, order, and discipline. So these are the three things which Saturn very much governs. Saturn is a planet which does not want much. It is satisfied, and it wants to give everything by what you do. The fruit of labor is given to you. So it doesn't believe too much into speculation. It doesn't believe too much into the entertainment business. It's actually not too much involved in sex, lust, and other activities. It is also a judge. It's a judge. It gives judgment on both what you've done in the past and what you're doing. So those people who are doing illegal activities, those who have planned doing illegal things in the future or doing things today to get huge gains tomorrow, please be careful. I mean, do get your chart, kind studied by a good astrologer, because that is one thing which would probably help you than all the other things also. So those who are going to get into this, they should be very careful. It can work both ways. And for certain, this particular thing, as far as the national economics is concerned, it will create a division between two groups of people, two societies. There will be people who want you and me. That kind of a situation would come. You, me, and mine. A society will get divided into two. This thing. Jupiter is also governs advisory, and when it is fallen and debilitated, good advice will not come to the politicians and industrialists. Good advice not coming will create its own problems. So good advice will be another big issue which will be there, which one should understand. So you should use your own brain. People who work slowly, people who work hard, people who are following the law of the land will be safer, and surely safer than those who are into speculative markets, gain, illegal activities. They would be in problems. Also, if you've hidden a lot of things like secrets of sex, secrets at finance, secrets which are not the right secrets, which are not the right things, but they're under the carpet, conspiracies you've hatched. So those kinds of things, this is a time period when they may come into the open, and all those who are into this also must be careful during these 4 months. So this is as far as the individual is concerned. As far as the international scenario is concerned, this will create problems in countries like USA, Pakistan, India, Russia, China, Afghanistan. This region will be more affected, greater affected by this conjunction, and than the other nation. The whole world gets affected, but these nations would get more affected, and there would be a kind of anarchy. There would be a change of rules. There would be issues. There will be issues of politicians getting into problems. I believe there would be countries which would be into war, or warlike situation would happen in the world with certain countries. That is for sure. And this time is also not a good time for countries to exactly get into conflicts with other powers. But it's bound to happen. That is my astrological prediction. Also, I would say that even in India, I mean, there would be during the period of March, April, around that, their situation will not be very good. I also feel that the West Bengal elections, due to some reasons, may get postponed, possible. And if they don't, then there could be different kinds of issues in that region. In India, places like Punjab, UP, Rajasthan, the cities which are on the ocean, like Bombay, and then the Assam, Calcutta, Meghalaya region, those are the regions that will be greater impacted by issues of divide in the society. Stocks, again, Saturn is a slow planet, there will be recession, but there would be a rise in price of gold, silver, copper. Food will become costlier. So there would be wars, conflict, and there would also be an increase in the diseases, or increase in diseases, not general pandemic, but those who, if you have a disease, it may increase. You will not be able to control it. It will go out of your hand. So be careful. And people would get into some kind of new issues. So take care of yourself there. That is very important. And I would also say that there would be climatic changes. It will be cold in colder regions and vice versa. So this would be an extraordinary situation, and people say that, I mean, there is a theory that between December to April, I would say that is the period. But from 21st December to the 3 months, to January to February to March, I mean, it would give its effect as good, bad, and ugly, depending on your karmas. So, the first month of 21st December to 21st January, you may see some good results coming suddenly of the negative activities you've done, but then they would get bad and uglier, and there would be a kind of a situation will not be good. So, please, those who are into illegal activities or into great amount of speculation, those must consult some astrologer who would be able to guide them, because this is generic and depends upon the planet. But yes, conflict in nation, conspiracies, politicians getting into problems, rich becoming richer, poor becoming poorer, recession in the stock market, price of gold, etc., increasing. Those are things which would surely happen. So just stay safe, keep yourself into a structure, order, and discipline, at least for these 4-5 months, and this would apply for individual and even for the nations. I would say that by the time of March, April in India, there would be a situation which will not be very healthy in terms of conflict. But yes, this is what it is, and let's see how it carves out. But this is what I have read in Parashar and my specialization in Bhrigu Sangita. It says that because when Jupiter moves ahead of Saturn, then Saturn will control Jupiter. So, after 21st December, things would be more negative than positive. So, let's be careful. Let's follow Saturn, which is the ruler of structure, order, discipline, work, doing the right things, being a judge. So, those things, those who follow that would be much better and safer. So, this is a kind of a advice right away, and now for you to take. I cannot explain you all the technical details, but this is what is my view. Thanks, and bye for now. You have my Facebook, WhatsApp, and my website where you can post, and if I get the time, I'll do it. This is a hobby for me, and so I thought I should talk about this great conjunction which is happening after years. So 21st December, let's see how things. Please take my advice seriously, and it also applies for me. Thanks. Bye for now.